Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another stream, ladies and gentlemen. You guys know we've been operating these streams at a high level. You get me? We're here to cook again for you guys, for the audience, for the amazing people in the chat. Big up to all of you guys. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you are yet to do so. Please, every single one of you guys, please hit the like button. Please subscribe. Keep getting stuck in the chat. Keep getting involved. Today is going to be one hell of a stream. We're going to be talking about the possibility of Bradley Barcola joining Liverpool Football Club. We're going to be talking about the possibility of Baleba heading to Manchester United. We're going to talk about the Arsenal struggles in pre-season. Do they need Eze to come here and save the day? We'll also be talking about Garnacho headed to Chelsea, ladies and gentlemen. So, big up to all of you guys. As you walk in here, please do hit the like button. Please do subscribe. And please do remember, every single one of my guests, always, their links are in the description. So I wanted to go give them all a subscribe. Joining me, first and foremost, the man, the myth, the legend. Spurs' biggest troublemaker on the internet. Man like Deji. The guy doing Deji, mate.
Bro, I'm delighted to be here, Sam. I've been waiting, chomping at the bit. The Red Tottenham, the Spicy Spurs, Scotch Bonnet FC, Red Hot Chili Peppers have been doing what we knew they were going to do. No one is surprised about Glock 9, AK-47, Magnum. Rubbish! And so, yeah, I want to get into it. The last show was explosive, and I know tonight's show is going to be very explosive as well. So looking forward.
As always, big up to you, Deji. Joining us next, he's watching TV series in the background who he should switch off because we're about to go live, mate, and we don't want copyright infringement. But he told me a week ago, I'll give him credit, no need to continue to act. He thinks Garnacho is going to be a Chelsea player, and he didn't do all the hopium like all the other Chelsea fans. Man like Ahmed is in the building. How doing, Ahmed, mate? Wow, on mute. Subscribe to the Bridge Nation.
My bad. Sorry, my other microphone was mute, not that actual thing. But listen, hope you're all doing well. Hope you're having a wonderful day today. You know, as I always say, man, the game's the game, man. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. No need to run from that.
Fairs. You wanna know what's better than one Ahmed? Two Ahmeds. So we loaned them from Ahwa to today. You get me? Biggest fraud in the universe. He told me he thinks Gyokeres is moving like Brock Lesnar on the pitch. So it'll be very interesting to hear his opinion. Man like Ahmed is the building. How doing, Ahmed, mate?
Listen, Brock Lesnar, that's a disrespect to Brock Lesnar. Do you get what I'm saying? Bro, that's a disrespect to Lesnar. What's everyone saying? We got the comment section. I've got the best kit on the stream. Shout out to Man United. And big up, man. Big up, everyone. And yeah, man, Gyokeres. Bro, he's moving like a tractor, bro. It's crazy. He's moving like a tractor.
Brock Lesnar. Bro, listen there. All the slander names are coming out now. Anyway, the person to defend all the slander, you get me? I absolutely love working with this guy. He's just such a legend. I absolutely love working with him. And you get me? He always represents Arsenal to the fullest. Very positive about his club. Glass half full. And like Dayo is in the building. How are you doing, Dayo, mate?
What's up? I'm good, man. Me, I don't care. Let everybody say what they want to say. I ain't bothered. Like I said, as far as you all are concerned, the season is over. We're going to be 17th. They're going to fire Mikel Arteta in December. So what are we doing here? You know, what are we doing here? That's what's going to happen, right?
Glycogen.
I don't know. Continue.
That's that Victor Glycogen. You guys are...
Like I said, man, you know, one thing is, let me first say what's up to everybody. Deji, it's been a minute. Good to see you. Ahmed is a minute. I know Ahmed and I, we've talked once or twice on the phone, but we haven't.
Bro, I've not seen Dayo in about 20 years, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? Flipping up.
Well, we've talked, you know. I
yeah.
Every now and then I hear.
You want to know something, Dayo? Since you have the mic, let's just start with it. Big up to everyone locked in. Yeah. Guys, before we haven't even started the stream yet. We already have 500 people in the building. Every single one of you already know this show is about to be flames, fire. Close the live chat, hit the like button, and subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. Stop moving like a fraud. All of you, close the live chat and hit the like button right now. We can't have 500 people in here. We ain't even at 200 likes yet. So please, every single one of you guys right here, right now, hit the like button, subscribe. Sammy, you've said stuff like this before. You're going to send £300 or Isak comes. Bro, you ain't going to send no £300. Like, just put the fries in the bag. you know you ain't get the facilities for that. Big up to Fonzie says, big up. God, Gyokeres.
Well, he's got the
Nunes is better than Gyokeres 14. He's the next Lukaku. Big up to all the mods.
I like predictions.
Dayo, since you have the microphone, talk to me, brother. What did you make of the game today? Do you think Eze is needed to save Arsenal?
Look, here's a question. I'll put the question to you this way: if Arsenal signs Eze, do you think we win the league?
No.
So what's the point?
If
so
Arsenal sign who? Sorry,
Eze.
Or you're closer.
No, hold on. The question is, everybody's saying Eze, right? I hear the noise. I respect Eze. I think Eze is an amazing player. I think he will bring Arsenal a level higher or whatever it is. The question is, if Eze comes to Arsenal, do we win the league? Is it a guarantee that Eze gets us across the line with the rest of the squad? What's your answer, Hossam?
no, because I back my club to win.
Good. What's your answer, Deji?
No.
Ahmed, what's your answer?
Me, no.
No, Ahmed Chelsea. What's your answer?
No, either.
So why are you all asking me, go and get Eze? Since you all say no.
This that would have got you the league.
Deji.
I didn't say that. I don't want Arsenal to get Eze.
Deji, what I'm saying
This
is
that would have got you the league.
Deji, here's what I'm saying. If we don't get Eze, do we still compete this season? I think so. If we get Eze, do we win the league? No. So what's the point? I mean, like,
All right. Let me answer the question. Let me answer the question.
Ahmed, let me just finish.
The reason why I'm gonna after this you can talk. The reason why we are asking for you to get Eze or something like that is because this season for many of your fans and I think this the general feeling is a do or die season. Regardless of whatever Liverpool's doing, it's the do or die season. Your boy has to win. But that's the reason why they're asking that.
Ahmed, but if Eze doesn't sort
Also, even if we don't think that you'll win the league, it at least gives you a better chance.
No, but
exactly.
Hossam, let me just explain according to Ahmed, it's a do or die season. So I'm of the opinion that instead of me going to get Eze, who's not going to get me across the line, I will go hard and either go get me my Rodrygo or go get me somebody else that I know out there will get the job done. It's not a case of I don't want Eze. I think we all agree. If Liverpool gets Isak, if that happens, it's going to be long for everybody. We all agree to that, right? Fair enough. So if Eze is not going to get me over the line, what's the point of me spending 60 million on Eze when I can add 30 million or 40 million?
But me and Ahmed both explained to you the point. First of all, I get your logic. The problem is, according to Fabrizio, Rodrygo's content at Real Madrid. Actually, I think me and you had this discussion. Hold on. I think me and you actually had this discussion a week ago where we both agreed that I think Rodrygo's just going to end up going like, oh, I want to stay at Madrid. Like,
I agree with you. I'm just
because
saying
you see the difference, like with Isak, with Gyokeres, they all kicked up a fuss. They all handed in like they want to leave. They made it known. Rodrygo's not doing that. So my thing is, you asked a question that me and Ahmed both answered. Okay, we might not think Arsenal will win it, but it definitely gives you a better chance.
I don't want a better chance, is my point. You're asking me to get a player that gives me a better chance when there are players out there that can actually. So it's either go big or go home, as far as I'm concerned. So this whole Eze discussion for me, that's why I haven't made any content on it. That's why I've not said a word about it. This whole Eze discussion is a non-personal non-grata to me. It doesn't move the needle to where I want the needle to be moved to. You understand what I feel like? It will move the needle, but
so you're saying you want better.
Can I also just say the reason why you don't win the league it's not necessarily Eze's fault. The issue is Arteta, and I'm not one of the ones who are going to throw Arteta under the bus. But let's be real, he's not gonna bench his star boy Odegaard for Eze, and that's the issue because Eze would want to come in and start. Deji, Eze won't start because of Odegaard.
Deji, we've seen this narrative that you guys put out there is actually false because throughout this preseason again we've seen him bench Odegaard. Throughout last season we've seen him hook Odegaard off the game and put other players in. He started Nwaneri today. Odegaard didn't start. Nwaneri started. Nwaneri played 60. Hold on. Okay, so if it's preseason, it means it doesn't matter, which means today's game doesn't matter. So let's not talk about today's game, right? Okay. My point again is there's a narrative that people try to put out there, and I just laugh about it because I'm like, look, if you look at the amount of information out there, there are games where he's brought Odegaard out. We know that, this whole he will not bench his star boy, or he will not bench Kai Havertz, or he will not bench, and we've seen him bench them. We've seen him do it. So it's not like he's never done it. So I don't understand this narrative. I think it's just something that people want to...
Can I just say something politely, Dayo? It's been a minute that me and you have spoken, and partly I think you failed yourself. You should have watched the last couple of shows that we've been on. And there's also, it's like you've forgotten who's on the panel today, because we're not going to take any of that crap. Let me just remind you of the situation about Arsenal. So, look, the situation is you can't keep defending Arteta. Yeah? You either want it or you don't. Yeah? We know that Odegaard, his star boy, he's not dropping in for no one. This little fluffy stuff that he's doing pre-season, that's what managers do. They tinker around their squad, but when it gets to it, he is going to be starting Odegaard over Eze, and that's why Eze should not come to Arsenal. But the other issue is that Arsenal is not a serious team, which I'm surprised that you're defending. You brought in Mosquito. What is Mosquito going to do? You brought in Madueke. What is Madueke going to do? You brought in Zubimendi. What's Zubimendi going to do? None of these players are serious. You brought in the Swedish Ollie Watkins. Do you get me? In Gyokeres. Do you know what I mean? He's rubbish as well. So at the moment, Eze is not the issue. The issue is the squad and the quality of player. For me, if you guys were serious, you bring in Rodrygo, you bring in an Eze, you bring in an Isak.
Can you give credit? Can you give credit to Lugard? At least Lugard scored a goal. You know, shout out to Lugard.
This is why it's hard to talk serious football. Zubimendi, you said, is rubbish. Okay.
Bruh, he's not better than Partey, is he?
Hey.
Is he better than Partey?
Hey, Deji, I let you speak. You said everything you said was a lot of rubbish. You said a lot of rubbish there just now. Like a whole bunch of total bull came out of your mouth. Every player that has been signed to Arsenal this season, and this is not me defending any manager, anybody. Last season, let me first start by talking about what happened last season and why these type of players are needed in Arsenal. Last season, every single person on this panel said if Arsenal didn't have a striker, that was the main thing that killed them. Yes or no? Everybody said this last season.
Yeah.
You don't have a striker, that killed you. Go and get an out-and-out striker. We go and get the out-and-out striker that has scored the most goals in Europe last season and the season before, and all of a sudden now he's rubbish because he came to Arsenal. Let's continue the conversation. No problems. Arsenal did not have squad depth. We said this last season. Oh no, we did not have squad depth. We said it last season. This season, Arsenal has gone out and gotten players in positions so that people like Saliba can get a rest in the game. Nobody's bringing in Mosquera to play 38 straight games. You're bringing him in to play some cup games, some championship games, some Premier League games so that people like Saliba can rest and play Champions League games properly. You're bringing in a player like Norgard.
Bringing in Kepa for what?
Listen, Kepa. Okay, so let me tell you why Kepa is a good deal. Kepa is a goalkeeper who, his numbers, I'm not saying Raya is the best, but Raya was joint Golden Glove winner last season, if I'm not mistaken, right? Joint Golden Glove winner, regardless of whether we won the league or not. Joint Golden Glove winner. Kepa's numbers were similar to Raya's numbers last season. Kepa is an experienced Premier League goalkeeper that can play backup to Raya, and Raya doesn't have to play every single game. Last season, David Raya, our goalkeeper, played every game because Neto was cup tied. In certain games, we had to. So there's many reasons, and it was a good deal. 5 million for Kepa that has experience. So please, you can say what you want, right? The truth, every issue that you all highlighted about Arsenal last season, they're addressing them. You said no striker, they're addressing. You said squad depth, they're addressing. You're talking creativity.
How many goals does Gyokeres score this season?
I think Gyokeres does 25 plus GA this season.
Hell no.
I think he does 25 plus GA this
Can we
season.
stop on GA? Because he asked you goals.
Okay,
Don't
goals.
be
Goals. How many goals?
I think he does 20 plus goals. I think he does
in the league.
In the league, just the league.
I reckon he gets 15.
fair. I respect that from Dayo. He has high expectations.
Yeah. I think he can. I think he should be able to do 20 goals in the league. I mean,
what do you think?
That's what I said. I think I just said I think he should be able to do 20 goals in the league. You asked me what I think, and that's what I think.
I'm telling you, that's quite low for somebody that scored the most goals in Europe. Just put it out there.
Again,
someone that scored the most goals in Europe, we're talking 25 plus goals. But no Arsenal fan that I've met can say with chest that they think Gyokeres will score 24, 25 plus goals this season.
You asked me how many goals Dayo think.
I know, but you're not. Yeah.
Hold on. You said Dayo. How many goals does Dayo think he's going to score? I am saying what I think is 20 plus goals. Now, what limit do you think?
The point of Gyokeres, though?
Huh?
The point of him is so that you bring in a striker so you win the league. I'm not being funny. A striker that only scores 20 goals does not win Arsenal the league.
I said he'll score 20 plus goals. When I said again, you see, this is why it's better to just 20 plus goals does not say 20 goals only. You know what 20 plus means? I think that I think 20 plus. When I say something is 20 plus,
20 means the minimum. Is what you're
minimum
hoping.
the minimum is 20. His maximum can be whatever he sets it to be. I expect from him a minimum, a bare minimum in his first season of 20 goals. That's what 20 plus means. I didn't say he's going to score only 20 goals. Don't change my narrative.
So that's 5 more than Havertz, basically. That's what you need from him.
Again, he's going to give you that assist.
Why do you guys do this? Listen, as much as I love bantering Arsenal, guys, scoring 20 plus is very good for a striker.
That was a bit easy. That was
No,
That was me being cheeky.
That's
That was
a
me
good
being
season.
cheeky. Can I not be cheeky? Can I not be cheeky? Am I not allowed to be cheeky?
That Arsenal have brought Haaland. Remember, you've seen the animes. They put Gyokeres and Haaland together, and they're running into the sunlight. We've seen the anime videos, bro. So for me, if I'm not hearing Haaland type numbers, and I'm hearing numbers that's akin to Ollie Watkins, what say you?
Yeah, man.
20 plus again is bare minimum. If you understand English, you'll understand that when you go to a place and you see prices that say from $10, from the lowest thing there is $10, which means you can have something worth $1 million there. You just need to inquire.
What?
My point again, listen. My point again.
You were supposed to win the league.
Let me
with a striker. Do you win the league with this striker?
Listen, Hussam asked me a question. Hussam said 20 plus in the league alone. I said yes, in the league alone. In the league alone. I'm not talking about.
Do you win the league with this striker?
That's what we're talking about. We're asking the question about the league again.
I think we win the league if we get somebody on the left. I don't want Eze. I want an out-and-out left winger. I think we get a good left winger in. I think we win the league with this striker. We get a good left winger in. We go out there and we get somebody who can put Martinelli on the bench, because I think that left side, the whole idea of Eze is creativity. I get it. I would take Eze in a heartbeat. He's an amazing player, but he's not a left winger. And we're going to have to change the style of how we play. And Gyokeres likes to play down that left as well. So I don't want it congested. I want an out-and-out left winger that can put the ball into the box, into the 18-yard box for Gyokeres to do what he needs to do, put the ball in the back of the net. So yes, if we get a left winger, I think we win the league.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, look, Dayo, part of the reason why we're having this conversation and we're pressing you and putting pressure on you is because you've come into this space very calm. You're not upset. You're not upset with what you've seen from the dustiness. I mean, last week Tottenham slapped you up. It was good and proper. It was light work. Today you got slapped up by Villarreal. Pepe even scoring in your own yard. And for me, I have to say that as pre-seasons go, this is by far Arsenal's worst pre-season. And there is something about energy, momentum, energy.
Hold on. So suddenly momentum means a thing now. Momentum.
Last week is like this week. Like the momentum for next week is looking.
So suddenly momentum is a thing now, Deji. Momentum is a thing.
Oh, let me tell you something.
I remember you and I on the screen last season. Hold on, Deji. Let me where I was talking about momentum, and you said to me, does momentum win you trophies?
Let me tell you. Look, and I don't mean this in a condescending way, but I will speak. I will say this. Look, when I'm speaking to my son who plays football, I said to my son very simply, whatever you do grassroots is what you're gonna do in the academy. You're not gonna, if you don't perform in grassroots, you're not gonna somehow switch it on in the academy setting. It doesn't work. You have to be legit grassroots and then take that legitness into the academy setting. Arsenal, I've not seen any legitness. You were rubbish against Spurs last week. You didn't score. You got slapped up in your yard. Even last week, I even gave your team the benefit of the doubt. Oh, it was a long flight to Hong Kong. Oh, it was the altitude. Oh, some of the food, it didn't quite wash with me. Well, you're back now. You're back now in your yard, in Villarreal, and you got slapped up. Bro, I'm just telling you, momentum-wise, you're not looking legit. We can see that the creativity in your attack is looking suspect-ish, and we don't know how you're going to rectify that in a week's time. That's all I'm saying to you, Dayo.
Just before you continue, before you go, Dayo, I'm just going to add one point. I'm going to give you an example about preseason momentum, from a Chelsea perspective. When the season we finished 12th, that preseason was one of our worst preseasons ever, bro. We were getting slapped up. We were getting cooked. You could see the way our players were looking. Bro, you know, sometimes listen, yeah, when you're in preseason can sometimes, bro, be a very good, a very much a reality of what happens afterwards. So it's not, yes, sometimes preseason may not end anything, but it's been.
You know what? Liverpool lost to AC Milan. They can't win the league this season. They lost in preseason to AC Milan. They can't win the league this season. Yeah, that's exactly what you're saying now. Your logic is that your logic is that because in preseason, and again, Deji, you can't have it both ways. Yeah, and Ahmed, you guys can't have it both ways. You just said earlier, a few minutes ago, Deji, that preseason is where managers try to tinker and do things. Him not playing Odegaard and playing in one area is him tinkering and him messing around. Okay, so if the manager is tinkering in preseason and you lose a preseason game, how should I be mad at that when I know that this is not you playing your first 11 and outrightly going out there? If you played the first 11 team that will play Manchester United and they played crap like they did today, listen, I would be very, very worried. But when you're making 6 changes at a time with a goalkeeper, you're bringing in 3 players. I know you're tinkering. I know you're giving minutes to players in their legs. I know you're working on it. So for me, here's my thing. I'll let you say your piece. For me, preseason is preseason. I'm happy to see those mistakes in preseason, and I expect professional footballers who do this for a living, who play for my club, to see their errors in preseason and start working on rectifying them for the main season.
That's what we hope for. But can I just say this? I mean, look, Dayo, you know, me and you were from the same land, and your political skills and your powers of persuasion, you know, is good. I mean, English literature was one of your things. So, you know, you put forward very, very good arguments. The issue that I have is, even if you're tinkering, we should see some form of improvement. For example, last week when you played Tottenham, one of the things that every Arsenal fan, including yourself, said was that Tottenham looked better defensively. Yes or yay or nay? Yeah. So I'm asking you, from what I've seen in the last 2 weeks, where has the improvement been? Just like when I called out Gyokeres last week, we said, you know what, he wasn't about it. This week, we've not seen nothing from your so-called top goal scorer in Europe, but yet Madueke, his few minutes today showed us that he's a level above Martinelli. Is it not? So I'm asking you, where is the improvement that you've seen in your team so far?
You just answered it yourself. You said, "Oh, when
have you seen any improvement?"
No, you just asked me. Yeah, the improvement. You just said it yourself. I don't have to say it. You just said it yourself. You said Madueke just showed.
You don't have to agree with me.
No. That's what you. I mean, obviously, you saw it and you said it. I'm not the one, and then you're asking me again after you said, "Oh, Madueke just showed."
You might have a different opinion.
That he improved on the left. So if you could see it as a rival fan, clearly that means that was an improvement that you saw. Now, as regards to Gyokeres, again, I'm not even worried right now because an out-and-out striker, with the way we play, once we get into the groove of things, will get the chance to score. That's it. Gyokeres is not going to come as an out. If a Kai Havertz, who is not an out-and-out striker, a Kai Havertz who is not a striker, could get the number of goals he could get in this Arsenal team, I expect an out-and-out striker that knows how to put the ball in the net to get a bit more than that. Simple. There's no argument about that. I'm not trying to banter here or trying to make fun of his name. Kebab, 007. I don't care about all that nonsense. If we're talking football, realistically, if Havertz could do what he did in this Arsenal team, then an out-and-out striker will definitely do better than what Havertz has done.
Okay.
That's simple. That's number one. Number two, if you're talking about improvements, you want to look at the stats of today's game, right? We created a bunch of chances that we did not finish again. So that's something that needs to be worked on. That is something that the team needs to work on. We had better spells. The 2 goals that we first conceded in the first and the first 2 goals, defensive errors that should never happen to any team. That tells me something. That tells me lackadaisical behavior, discipline. You're not supposed to be doing that on the pitch. This is something that needs to be addressed. Again, discipline is something that needs to be addressed in this Arsenal team from last season. We drew 14 games last season, and 6 of those 14 games we played with 10 men. That's 6 red cards. That is lack of discipline. I don't blame referees. That is lack of discipline. These are things that should be addressed. So for me, I see the improvement in the fact that you got 11 men on the pitch. They're doing what they need to do. You're working out on your fitness. It's preseason. Try not to get any injuries. Like last season where we started the season with this one out, that one out. Let's hope everybody's fit. And then we go into the first game of the season with your first 11, all guns blazing, And if they lose that first game, then I can come and say all the work you have put in, plus all the losses that you lost, and I thought maybe you're working on something, is all bull. Then I can criticize. And again, the window is not closed, so I'm not panicking. This is the same club that brought me Thomas Partey the last day of the window a few seasons ago. This is the same club that brought me Mesut Ozil last day of the season a few seasons ago. This is the same club that brought me useless Raheem Sterling last day of the season too. So I've seen them do good and bad. My point is, I hope they still bring in somebody by the end of the season. So that's it.
Can I just get Ahmed United to tell us his opinion? Because I feel like he's been quiet for the last 26 minutes. Not usually Ahmed's behavior when it comes to the Arsenal section. So what do you make of Arsenal, Ahmed? And also, guys, by the way, we're getting Deji and Dayo. Double Ahmed is here. You can't even hit the like button. We have 1,000 people in here. We're not even at 300 likes yet. Deji thinks that Gyokeres is fraudulent. You guys have worse conversion rate than him. So hit the like button, subscribe. Go ahead, Ahmed. Talk to me about it.
See, the thing is, it's just too easy to cook them right now in preseason, because I'm someone who doesn't really look into preseason like that. I don't really care whether you have a madness in preseason or you don't. Is not for me an indicator on how good you're going to do. Do you get me? There's a lot of like tinkering, a lot of experimentation, and because nothing's on the line. You can't be doing all that in the Premier League. Do you get me? Because there's points on the table to actually, try and attain and actually climb up the ladder. So for me, with Arsenal, what they said is that they need a striker. We need goals. Even though they score loads of goals as a team, they've scored loads of goals, by the way. They've had strikers who didn't really get that many goals. They've tried Jesus, they've had Nketiah, they've had Havertz, they've even played Mourinho up top. So I actually don't think their issue is that because they need an out-and-out goal scorer. Because when you've got a guy like Gyokeres, he's not someone that he's going to drop deep, he's going to link up. So there's two things that's going to happen. Either Arteta changes it a little bit to accommodate for Gyokeres, so the wingers are going to have to feed him constantly, and Ødegaard has to actually be on point in this season with his creativity. He can't be doing this side-to-side nonsense, right? Or Gyokeres is just going to struggle. Do you get it? Because like the thing is with him is that I believe that he's going to get around 14 goals. I think that's a fair prediction, to be fair. Even if he didn't score that many goals, if he scored match-winning goals that helped Arsenal win the league title, then fair play. It doesn't matter if he didn't score 20. If he scored 13, but then 13 goals came across title-deciding winning matches, then that's money well spent. I don't believe he's the striker to take them over the line, but Arsenal don't have an excuse because they've already established that they've just got the striker, they've got the backup to sack it in Madueke, whether they like it or not. They've also got Norgard, obviously with the whole situation with Partey. They've actually covered all aspect and every single position, barring me. I mean, even if they do get an Eze, that's still a plus. They've done everything in it. So I don't think people can use Saliba's out or Saka's this or this is that. They've attacked everything. Arteta has done a good job with making everything gel, challenge. He's made them respectable in a way. He's just not got them over the line. Now you've got the players. The board that they've helped Arteta to get these players. They believe that these type of players will help get Arteta over the line. So the board have backed. You can't blame the board because you've got the new DOF. What's his name? Berta, is that his new name?
Yeah.
Berta, yeah. So you got a new Berta. So you got Berta. I mean, Arteta wanted Sesko, but I'm pretty sure the fan base of Arsenal preferred Gyokeres more than a Sesko in it.
True.
You've actually pretty much had a complete window. Back the manager. Maybe you guys want this big signing or Rodrygo, but let's be honest. A club like Arsenal, when there's other teams like Liverpool, PSG, even Man City, you're never going to be able to get a player like Rodrygo, even though he still wants to be at Madrid. It's very hard to get him. Do you get me? So I can understand why you'd want him because he's that difference maker. I still don't believe, that the players that you've got currently in your team, I don't think there's any difference maker in terms of the elites in it, world class level. I think there's just a bunch of good players.
To be fair to Dayo, look, we can criticize different Arsenal fans, but here's the thing that I respect a lot about Dayo. That's why when I was introducing him, I said I like working with him, and I'm sure everyone on the panel agrees. Look, from an Arsenal, actually, this was Lewis's point. Shout out Lewis. look, from an Arsenal perspective, you can't keep thinking, what has Liverpool done? What has Liverpool done? What has Liverpool done?
Exactly.
You have to look at it from your own club perspective. You wanted a striker, you got one. You wanted a left winger, you're going to get one. If those things happen, then you, as an Arsenal fan, from an individual perspective, looking at your club, you still have the same expectation, regardless if Liverpool sign prime Messi tomorrow. You get me? That's the thing. And at the end of the day as well, and you know, I mean, this is the most respectful way possible. Look, the window for Arteta's excuses is done. With all due respect,
Exactly.
I think even positive Arsenal fans will tell you this. Dayo was one of them even last season, and still even today he has the same opinion. It's not even anymore about win the FA Cup, win the Carabao Cup, because I think had Arteta done that over the last 3 years, it would have been different. So let's say the first year Arsenal challenged, they won the Europa League and then they finished second. The second year they won the FA Cup and then they finished second. It would give the team, the fans, a bit more belief. I think we're at the point in time now where it's it's just there is no more excuses. It's done. And you don't have anything to go on. By the way, even if Arsenal didn't win any trophies, but let's say the first year that they challenged, they ended up winning it, and then they missed out by 2 points and had a bad season based off injuries, people would still have at least something to go okay, guys, at least Arteta has won us a league title, at least he's delivered. It was the same thing with Klopp. The reason why there wasn't anyone going Klopp out or anything, because Klopp won, there were a few idiots, Tom Little, is why when Klopp won the Champions League, Klopp won the Premier League, 2 years later, yes, we didn't win the Premier League on the final day. Yes, we lost the Champions League final to Real Madrid. But guess what? We won the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. Still left with something. You know, so it's not like we left empty-handed. We entered the buffet. We didn't eat any of the main meals, but we ate the appetizer and we ate the dessert. The problem is, at Arsenal, no appetizer, no dessert, no main meal. And that's why I say I respect Dayo's opinion, because Dayo says, you get Eze or whoever left winger, you have to win. There's no excuses. Khalas is done.
Yeah, of course.
Put the excuses in the bag.
So I wanted to say this, Hossam. My thing is very simple. You heard me even last season. I said if Arteta even won the Carabao and the FA Cup last season, I still want to change my manager. And I'm going to say something this season that is going to sound very crazy, and everybody's going to be like, you're crazy for saying it, but it's the truth. And I'll put my clauses around it. If Arteta goes on this season to win the league and the Champions League, and there is a better manager out there next season, I will still fire him and get that manager. I'm not attached to anybody in this club. I'm attached to the club. There's a big difference in how I perceive Arsenal. I'm not one of those fans. I said it earlier today in the stream. I said someone like Saliba, for example, if Real Madrid comes and Saliba says, I want to go. If I'm the owner of the club and I run Arsenal, I'll say to Saliba, put in the transfer request, cancel the rest of your 3 years contract so that we don't have to pay you anything. And then I will put a price tag on you. If Madrid really wants you, they'll pay that price tag. I'll put a 150 million price tag on you. Goodbye. Thank you for your service. Bye-bye. There's no remorse here for me on my end. Do you understand? So for me, if I see what my club is doing, what I expect them to do, which is fix the issues that we had. Because again, you can't tell me that last season, Arsenal didn't have a striker. Arsenal didn't have squad depth. That's why they did not win the league, because they didn't have those two things. Now they've addressed it, and all of a sudden, oh no, they don't stand a chance of winning the league.
And also,
crazy to me.
Yeah. No, and also, yeah, with
as
Liverpool,
an Arsenal fan, you should think like Dayo, but as a rival, we're allowed to think that Liverpool are going to win.
No, I get it. I get where you're coming from as regards to as a rival. I'm totally look. Everybody will.
And by the way, look, forget me, right? Me and you both are in a title race. It doesn't surprise me that Deji, Ahmed, and Ahmed, all three of them think Liverpool are going to win the league, considering the Isak links, because it makes sense, from their perspective. But at the end of the day, you have to back your club.
Again, and you have to back your club. And again, 2 + 2 is not 4 in football. We've seen this. And a good proof of 2 + 2 is not 4 in football is last season. Nobody thought Liverpool was going to win the league last season.
And also, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was about just to touch up on that with Liverpool,
yes.
Right? With Liverpool, when Jurgen Klopp left and then Arne Slot came in, yeah, I'm pretty sure 95%, barring only Van Gaal is the one that said he's the best Dutch technical manager. He's the only guy that said it. So pretty much everyone expected a huge drop-off. You can't really say the reason why they won it was because of Salah, Trent, and what's his face, Alisson, because that would have been the prediction even when you did get Slot. But that wasn't the expectation because of Jurgen Klopp in terms of how he built the foundation and how he won the champs. He pretty much won every trophy. So what Slot did, yeah, he shouldn't have won the Premier League. And when I say he shouldn't have won it,
True.
he had no right to win it. He had no right to win it. Like, he's not even been here. He's been here. This is his second season. And with Arteta, yeah, never did I say, yeah, banter aside, I've cooked Arsenal so many times. I've never once said, maybe in a sarcastic tone, that Arteta is the Spanish put. But he's actually, yeah, I'm not saying he's elite, but he's considered a good coach. Like, if I was to rate him out of 10 in terms of how good he is, I'd say he's a 7 out of 10. Do you get me? Someone who will, you know, get the best out of decent players. You know, he'll establish a system. He'll change things up a bit. He'll get a decent amount of points, but he's not a guy who is going to win. Like, when I'm talking about winning, yeah, he'll get you a trophy, maybe an FA Cup, but I'm talking about winning the majors, innit? And that takes a certain amount of, like, level. But to be fair to him, this is his first managerial role, but he has been here for a long time, and Slot's only been here for.
Ahmed, to your rule of thumb, and I agree with you. I agree with you on a lot of what you just said. I don't think that what you said here, anything you said there is wrong. But to your rule of thumb, I rate him as a 7 out of 10 coach who has actually had 7 out of 10 players to work with and has challenged with 7 out of 10 players. Like, do you understand what I'm saying? Like, So he's a good coach with just good players and has been able to try to challenge with those good players. There were teams that had better players than our players, an average coach, and did not challenge. So now that I think that they've given him all the tools that he needs, regardless.
Okay, can I ask you a simple question, Dayo? Because this is important. And we'll end up the Arsenal section on this because I want to move on to different topics as well because there's Baleba news and everything. So I want to ask you a question generally, Dayo. Let's say Arsenal this season, semi-final UCL, challenge for the league, finish 3rd or 2nd, and then you win the FA Cup. Do you think that is good enough for Arteta to stay?
No, it's not. It's not. Like,
okay, fair enough.
I already Hossam, last season I said
that's very fair.
Ahmed, you heard me last season. I said even if he won the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup last
season, you want him gone. Yeah, I know you want him gone.
You said so not that I'm, like the kind of person I am is I'm objective at the like. If I get rid of Mikel Arteta right now, whoever I bring in is going to start a fresh new rebuild. You know, there's very few managers like Arne Slot that can come into the league, look at the history of the league, and win in their first season. You can mention 3, 4, 5 managers like that in the 200 years history of this game being played on this earth, right? So my thing is, those type of managers are one a dime a dozen. They're 1 in a million. They're hard to find. They're not the kind of managers that are readily available. So if I'm getting rid of Arteta, it has to be somebody who guaranteed I know can come back and win me something. And if that person is not available right now, then there's no point in me, like changing the entire system as is. I'd rather keep the boat rocking until that opportunity is available, and then I snag that manager in.
I hear you.
I agree with you, Dayo, but I feel like you're giving a bit too much praise to Slot, I have to say.
No, he's a good technical manager.
I've said it many a time. He inherited a fantastic team, and let's be real, the rest of the league is so poor. You know what I'm saying? Liverpool didn't come out of Gear 1. I'm not knocking Liverpool. I rate you. Well done, Slot. But all Liverpool fans know that you didn't come out of Gear 1. Sam, you know that as well. So
I don't believe that at all. I do believe we came out of Gear 1. I do believe that. I think that, and we still. Look, guys. Can I just respond to what Deji said? Because I'm the Liverpool fan. I still remember to this day, we went away to Aston Villa. We drew 2-2 when Darwin Núñez missed an empty net. We all remember the game, right? After that game, everyone in the chat will tell you, and they're a liar if they say that they do know what I'm about to say. Everyone was worried. One of my most watched videos is I'm starting to get concerned, and it was straight after the Aston Villa game. Because Arsenal were playing West Ham on a Saturday at the Emirates. Arsenal then proceeded to lose to West Ham. You get me? So that maybe changed our perspective a little bit. But for those 3-4 days and for a period of time in the season, like, we still felt pressure to perform. So I disagree.
Can I say something real quick?
Dayo, I don't want to expand on it, please.
No, this is a 30 seconds.
There are other topics you have to talk about. They're more important.
Liverpool. This is about your Liverpool. Just hear me out. 30 seconds, Deji. The reason why Arne Slot was the key to Liverpool winning last season, when Klopp left, nobody said, "Oh, you bring in any manager, these guys are going to the team they have will win the league." Nobody ever said that. Everybody said they will need a reset because the new manager and new.
I asked the guys literally yesterday. They all said they all predicted Liverpool to come third, some even below.
Exactly.
And actually, the reason why Deji is a fraud. Wait a minute, didn't Deji say Spurs could finish above Liverpool?
No, I didn't, mate.
No, I didn't.
I did, but
such a liar.
look, it could have easily gone two ways.
I'm a
no.
subscriber to Deji Spurs. Have some shame.
No, but
Have
the thing
some
is,
shame.
since we was talking about Deji was talking about strikers and goals, yeah, and I hear what he's trying to say with Gyokeres. For me, I'm just waiting when Solanke gets double digits because he got outscored by Danny Welbeck last season. Got outscored by Danny Welbeck. Solanke cost you
Ahmed, I'm not being funny. I was gonna-
65 million pounds
I
for
was ready to
Solanke.
do this show without even making a single negative comment towards you, bro.
No, 65 mil.
We slapped you 4 times.
Nah, we
bro.
can go for it, bro. We can go for it. Listen, I've got 99 energy today,
I just
bro.
want you to know, Ahmed, that just
Listen,
let it be known on this
65
show,
mil.
we're not on par. Just
That's
know
crazy,
that.
you know.
We paid you 4 times. We slapped you. 4
I'm not
times.
joking. If you actually
not
look at it.
17th.
Yeah?
Now, listen, I'll be so honest. If you actually look at the transfer window, wallahi, you'd think that United won the Europa League. I promise you. You'd think United won it with how they're going at it.
Bro,
You
the
would.
reason,
Your transfer window has been absolutely abysmal.
Ahmed,
You've not got anyone.
let's be real.
Who have you got?
Can I just tell you a bit of home truths about your club?
Yeah, tell us about Tottenham. Go on.
I would sign for United if you want to pay me $250,000 a week.
Go get it up, by the way. Go get it up.
Players. That's
Show me the
only
tweet.
way you're gonna get them.
Show me the tweet, by the way.
And then, let's look at your squad. Hold on.
Yeah, go for it.
So you've done well. You've got Sesko. You've got
I don't even rate him, but go on. Yeah.
I don't know who's better, Diallo or Mbremo. And
Doesn't
you've got
matter.
Cunha, yeah, and then they're surrounded by what Casemiro, what Ugarte, what these players are crap. Then we look at your defense, rubbish, bro. So
Our defense
really,
is
truly, well done for sorting out your attack. But the rest of your team needs to. You need to buy 8 more players before.
Oh yeah, we're buying. We're buying. Don't you worry. We're buying players. You don't need to worry. But my thing is, yeah.
I'm not worried, bro. But you're not.
But the thing is, yeah. Like he's obviously
They're linked to Baleba in the midfield already right now. They're sorting out Sesko.
Yeah,
So,
linked to
listen,
Baleba.
And actually, that's
yeah.
the
Wait,
perfect.
can I just?
That's the perfect segue, Ahmed. I promise I'm gonna come to you. Let me just grab the supers, and then we're gonna talk about Manchester United. You get me? So let me just grab these. Big up to the African sci-fi scholar says, until the system and man management issues are solved, we are still in trouble. Preseason does not matter. I stick by that. I'll never change my opinion. My only thing is, like, look, just watching Arsenal play football, I still think they might struggle a little bit to break down a low block, which is why I said they need a left winger. That's just my honest opinion. Hussam, thank you for mistaking me for someone else. I support Liverpool. I've donated to your channel during Team of the Season last year. I do have the facilities for that. You definitely do, Sammy. My bad. I confused you with someone else. I confused you with Chelsea, Sammy. Sorry, brother. You get me. Big up to you. I appreciate you. And listen, I look forward to the £300 when we sign Isak. Don't worry. We will be there celebrating, Habibi. Big up. Spam Vicky Gyokeres in the chat, guys. Asana is what LB saying. LB, my advice to you would be, if you would like to start a slander name, it needs to roll off the tongue. It needs to be quick. It can't be a long-ass nickname. You get me? You just have to say Victor Glucose. You get me? Like, people in the chat brought up good slander names. You have to have good slander names. Like, people call Ekitike TikTok. You get me? It rolls off the tongue immediately, you know? So that's the thing. Big up to Red Indy says, back in the day, it was always said Arsenal always finished 4th. And now they're saying they finished 2nd. Arsenal fans should be happy they improved 2 places. You are not a big club. Get it in your head.
Who's this? What team does Red Indian support? This is most likely a Liverpool fan, right?
I mean, he supports the biggest club in England.
I'm asking, like, is this a Liverpool fan? The person who sent the super chat. You have an idea if he is? Okay, well, yeah. I mean, Liverpool and United can speak when it comes to trophies, but everybody else should shut the F up.
It's not me, bro.
I know you're not talking to me.
Let me finish. If Liverpool opens their cabinet and count their trophies, and United, they can both look at me and say, I have more trophies than you. They can both do that. None of you else.
Don't do that.
I can show you trophies you don't have. I can show you trophies that you don't have.
Hold on.
Can I be real?
Hold on.
I'm going to stop you because you're going to embarrass yourself. Liverpool fans and United fans ain't going to thank you for that crap statement.
I'm not asking them to thank
me. I'm not asking them to thank me. Liverpool's recently won. Chelsea's recently won. I recently won.
I'm not talking about recently. Listen,
do you know what, Deji? Wait, before you go, Dayo, Deji and I can show you trophies that you don't have.
Listen,
I can show you trophies that you don't have.
Again,
you know what I mean? We can show you trophies.
I can show you a trophy that none of you will ever have as well.
What's that?
Who's the only team that the EPL has given a golden trophy to? Not the silverware one, a golden trophy.
Oh my.
Okay, no, yeah.
This is
You
ridiculous.
have it,
That's
bro.
not a trophy,
You
bro.
have it. So
That
because
is not a trophy, bro.
wait,
No, we're not doing that, bro.
Oh, yeah, that's not a trophy.
We are not doing an invincible trophy gimmick, bro. We're not doing that gimmick, bro.
Listen. I remember when United was like doing a treble is amazing, it's hard, and it is hard. It is true. It is madness for a team to go and do a treble, but it's been done by another team now, right? Liverpool would have been the only team probably last season to actually go on and break the invincible record as well. So if you want to talk about what you've won, to tell me, oh, I have a trophy that you've never won. I have something that you have never done and will never do too. We can all bring up things. Do you understand? We can dig things up. All I'm talking about is the number of trophies in your cabinet. United, Ahmed, I salute you. You have more trophies than me. Liverpool, Hossam, I salute you. The rest of you had 22 years to catch up to me, and you haven't caught up to me yet. 22 years, 4 tournaments a year, 88.
When the next time you're gonna? When is the next?
So
Dayo, you know what? I'm just gonna ask. Look, I don't know if you've noticed, but ChatGPT is really advancing. We've got AI now. Yeah, bro. So I want to know from you, when next do you think you might win a trophy?
I'm not Nostradamus. I don't see the future.
No, don't do that crap. Since you like,
He actually answered it, Deji. He said he thinks he's going to
when
win the
next
league.
would you like to win a trophy, bro? When next are you going to do it?
Deji, if you listen till the end and let me finish instead of interrupting, because I know what you're trying to do, right? Yeah, and it's not me you're going to catch on that thing. Let me just say, Baba, I shall pass this one where you won't do. You said no. So free matter. I simply said, I cannot see the future, but I, Dayo, predict. This is not me. I, Dayo, predict that we win the league this season. I cannot see the future as we but I predict this season. Yeah.
Can we click this? Because I said last season Spurs would win a trophy before Arsenal. People laughed at me.
That wasn't what you said.
You also said you're going to finish above Liverpool, but we let bygones be bygones because you beat my biggest rival in the Europa League final. And actually, big up to Fonzie says, as an Arsenal fan, we're 100% winning the league. Big up to you, Fonzie. I love Arsenal fans showing chest. I appreciate that. Great question from Staffy TV. Why is Deji talking about trophies? Fantastic question from Staffy.
Because I won one.
Wait. Let's watch together why Deji is talking about trophies.
Goes to a Europa League final with us, drops a stinker. This guy captained a defeat to Spurs in a cup final, in a European Cup final. No. No more legacy talks. I don't want to hear none of this embarrassing shit no more. This is one of the most embarrassing days in my life as a fan. And every time I watch a game from Manchester United, I think I hit rock bottom. Every time I watch, I think I hit rock bottom. And today, I find out that rock bottom is even more. The only thing that's left for me is for me to get relegated. I think that's the only thing this club hasn't put me through. That's the only thing.
And that's why Deji can talk about trophies, my brother. Just quick response. Early predictions from panel, please. Arsenal versus United. Who score a bonus? Listen, who here thinks Arsenal will beat Man United? Okay, there you go. There you have your answer.
Oh, I didn't hear what you said. Who here thinks what?
Arsenal will beat Man United. Dayo is the only one I think thinks it. You think you can beat Man United at Old Trafford first game?
Yeah, we beat Man United Old Trafford. We have.
Dayo, if you lose versus United, Arteta in or Arteta out?
That is such a shallow question to ask. Like you say, it's like how do you thank you for the super chat, but you
Big up Dinesh.
he likes to play
Shababs. Arsenal is cooked. Gabriel hurt. Attacking midfield, middling. No discipline. Find the left winger and keep Saka healthy for once. How long is Gabriel out for?
I don't even know. Like I know he's.
Have you gotten no confirmation from anyone? Like any sources? Nothing.
So the thing is, I usually wait 24 hours to check confirmations of injuries, and the reason I wait because usually what comes out immediately is never the same as the next day. So I just always wait because there's no point in reporting on.
Fair.
Because otherwise you hear, his ankle is swollen. They saw him leave the stadium, and then the next day they've gone and injected the leg, and it has gone down, and he's back in training. So I'm just like, let me just give it the 24 hours, and we'll see.
Big up Laith, Habibi. Big up to Jackson says, congrats on selling Nunes Hussam. The pain is over. The pain is over. But like I said on the pre-recorded video, I'll say it again. Look, I know I promised people a leaving party, but I always value humanity and relationships above everything, and it's going to be very distasteful this summer, specifically for me to do something like this. So, because of obviously what happened with Diogo Jota and Andre always in our hearts and souls forever, I'm not going to be doing any parties or anything like this. Halas. Bye-bye, Darwin Nunes, and see you later.
Did you hate him more than Diaz?
Yes, a lot more. Me and Colombia made peace, by the way. Big up to Yushi, who says, keep in mind that the whole LFC will win and Arsenal won't, only works for the league, to be honest. Champions League is a different thing. We won't underestimate him there. And then finish the sentence. Scratch my last chat, just so Arsenal lost to Villarreal at home. Bro, Yushi, I'll tell you something. As much as I love the shamelessness, we cannot use the preseason as an measuring stick. Let's just be honest. Because Milan ain't going to beat us in the Champions League.
Because Yushi, man, you know you guys.
Milan at the San Siro, in Deji said gear 1, gear 0.5. It's not even gear 1. We beat them, bro. We just beat them like.
What's up, real quick? Yushi, I don't think you guys win the league. You lost to AC Milan this season already in preseason. In fact, you remember you lost to Preston last season.
Yeah, we can't use preseason. I'll be honest with you.
You lose to Preston closed door games as Liverpool. How do you win the league? I mean, why? You know, so I don't know.
I can't let you. Preseason is very shameless. Chelsea have the same amount of majors as Arsenal. That's actually false information. Arsenal still have more majors.
Arsenal has 13 league titles and Chelsea have 6 league titles. We have double what they have. So if you want to do the maths, go and do the maths here. We have double of what Chelsea has. If you're talking,
know that Chelsea have less league titles than Sunderland.
Yes,
big up. Hey, Lewis, I could have said some different stuff, but you get me. You insulted me when I came in there today instead of addressing European royalty. I told you we could have been something special, tag team, but you're a fraud. My chat GPT prediction, Deji, summer 2026, Brendan Rodgers lands at Arsenal or Spurs. Okay, Yushi. Brother, I love you. But Brendan Rodgers is not landing a big job anymore. It's done. We have to put the fries in the bag on this one. You get me? We have to put the fries in the bag. Rodgers is not going to manage any big club in England, my brother. I think that is way too done. I think Brendan Rodgers' best bet is like when Brentford lose the first 6 games, he become Brentford manager. Big up to Fonzie, says, no way we lose to United. I trust Victim Kebabores. Okay, Fonzie, I'm going to time you out for a minute when I see you because I expect better comedy from you. You're a lot better than this, Fonzie. You're a lot better. Anyway, guys, as my brother Sean is saying, please do hit the like button. Please subscribe. I do want to move on to a very interesting topic, though. Big up to all the super chatters. Big up everyone who supports us. What the hell are Man United cooking? That's the question I'm going to ask Mr. Ahmed, who don't even like Ineos. Because, let me just read this, and then we're going to give Ahmed the mic. Carlos Baleba didn't close the doors to Man United after direct contact to this camp. Brighton want to keep Baleba this summer and won't make it easy. That's what Fabrizio said. Talk to me, Ahmed. What do you make of this situation?
Yeah, bro, like I said, I've seen so many people on Twitter talking about we need Baleba. So before Ornstein mentioned it, everyone was like, Baleba. That's the midfielder that everyone wanted. He's a quality player, right? And obviously we've contacted them. But for me, I would always like to wait until I see my club putting a bid in, because the thing is, the best time to get Baleba is now, if you really think about it. Look at Chelsea's midfield, they're pretty much stacked. Look at Liverpool's midfield and look what they're prioritizing. They're pretty much stacked. They've got McAllister, Gravenberch, Chelsea have Enzo, Lavia, and Caicedo. Arsenal have already spent their money on the midfielders. This is the best time to get Baleba. Do you get what I'm saying? Because they'll easily find a replacement for him and just rely on their scouts. So what we need to do is if it's quoting around 90 mil plus 10, just pay that money. I don't know if United have that amount. They're obviously going to try and sell some players. Garnacho, Sancho, Anthony, sell all these players, yeah. But he obviously improves us because he's just a quality player. You'd like him not to play with Bruno, because if you play next to him in a double pivot, then that's a long day, innit? So, but as a player, in terms of the whole package, that's a quality player to have in your team. I'm just worried about if we don't get him this season, that next season Liverpool might be interested, Chelsea might be interested, other teams might be looking at him. So Baleba, yeah. I just want him to try and get.
We will tell Baleba to try back to us. You know what I mean?
Huh?
You will tell Baleba to try back.
No. He's listen. I'm not going to pretend yet that I've watched bare games of him, but from like what I can see, like good on the ball, left-footed, strong, can tackle, can cover, what's it called? Can defend, intercept, good ball carrier as well, technically sound. Like he's got the whole package in it. So I wouldn't mind paying that much money, and he's also young too. And
I want to get away with pressing Dayo, and then you don't answer the same question.
What?
If you land Baleba?
If we land Baleba, yeah.
Baleba, Sesko, Cunha, Mbuemo.
There is no excuse. There's no excuse not to get top 4 and at least 2 trophies with it as well. No excuse, bro. No excuse. No excuse. No excuse. if
Ahmed,
he
there's another
lands,
question we need to ask you. I have another
if he
question.
lands,
Ahmed.
if he lands Sesko, which he's gonna land, he's got Cunha and Mbumu as well, a brand new attack. He's got Baleba, he's got Kobe, he's got Xerxes, he's got all these players. Yeah, bro, top 4 is at least he should be getting it. He should be getting it, 100%. We can't be saying no, because the thing is, bro, Ahmed. The thing is, if my club is saying Arsenal should win a league title, Chelsea should challenge, that same logic should be applied to United when it comes to where they should be getting at top 4. You're telling me you're going to buy all these players, yeah, and then we're going to be mid-table? No, I'm not. It's United, innit, bro? I'm not no little club. My club should be getting top 4 with that 200 million, by the way. If we get Baleba, that takes us to 300 million pounds that we've spent. So Ineos have back.
Ahmed,
I have a question for you, Ahmed. This is
I'm
what I
FA.
ask you. Yeah, you're getting. Yeah, Sesko is looking like he's coming through the door. Baleba's coming through the door. You still got Euro. You still got Kobe Mainoo. You still got a bunch of other guys like Aiden Heaven. There's a lot of young guys there, bro. And Manchester United has not been known to be a place where young guys improve and thrive. So what makes you think?
Yeah, but this is a different.
So no, this is the question I'm asking you. What makes you think now, under Amarin, under whatever's going on at United, that this is gonna change?
Okay. By the way, Ahmed, me and you done bare streams together. I told you Amarim is useless, innit? And I'd sack him. I wanted him out. Me and you know that, innit? I think, yeah. No, but listen. Okay. My stance on the manager, will never change. I'll never change my stance on the manager. I think he's going to get mid-table around 8th or 9th or 10th. That's where I think he'll finish. But but the question was asked, not whether Man United is a stable club or whether Man United develop players or whether they've done that in the past before. The question is, Hussam asked me, if you land these players, what is the expectation? And I'm answering it. The expectation should be. Yeah, the expectation should be. And by the way, when I say, and by the way, Hussam, when I say top 4, I'm not talking about like doing this counter-attacking rubbish. I'm talking about good football, top 4. Okay, maybe not 2 trophies. Okay, at least with an FA Cup. Good football and an FA Cup. That should be.
Wait. Before you go, Dayo, I need to reply to him because I don't think you're answering my point, Ahmed.
And it's one game a week as well.
But my problem is, Ahmed, it's all well and good you saying that, bro. But in order for you to allegedly get to the top 4, in order for you to get these 2 trophies, Amarin has to be improving these guys. And if you're saying to me you don't rate the manager, so then how is he going to be able to then improve these players and then get you to that position?
You changed the logic of the entire question. Hussam asked a very simple, direct question to him, and the question was: if you land these players, which you've landed Cunha, Mbeumo, you're bringing in Baleba, if you land in a goalkeeper, if you bring in the right players, what is your expectation for your club?
That's not bad. No. But Dayo is asking Dayo, Hussam is asking his own question. I asked my own question.
So you're talking about questions now.
No, but Dayo, here's the thing. Here's why Chelsea Ahmed's question is fair, because he's saying all the young players that Man United bought, he doesn't trust them to develop. That's basically his point.
I get that. But you see, Hussam, that is based on I don't trust them to develop. You don't know if they're okay. So one season, a player is looking mid. The next season, boom, they've worked throughout the entire break. So the point is,
you know what?
I just want to say, Ahmed. So I just want to say,
go on.
You've not seen the result of what they've worked on this season. So let's not come here and just, if we're going to predict based on what everybody did last season, then if we do that and apply that to everybody's club, then this season I say we win the league. Because we brought in the player who scored 54 goals. Does that mean he's going to score 54 goals? No, we don't know. So let's not do if, buts, and maybes on, they're not going to improve the youngsters. We're talking about the quality of players that they're bringing in and what they expect to do with those players in United.
Yeah. Just to answer everyone, I'm going to answer as much as I can. Yeah, I'm going to answer everything. So, when you look at Arsenal, you know why? When you look at Arsenal, for example, you look at their window. No one rates their window like that. Can we all agree with that?
Yeah.
Can we agree? We can agree that their window's not been great. Obviously, Dayo might disagree. We don't really rate it, yeah? But, okay, you say it's crap. Is it still not, whether you guys rate it or not, whether we rate it or not, the expectation should still be to win the league title, yes or no?
No, but Dayo doesn't think they're going to win the league title.
No.
He doesn't believe they will.
That's what I'm saying. No question was asked. So, for example,
just that real quick. You asked me at the beginning of the stream that who do I think is going to win the league? What did I say?
You said Liverpool.
What did I say at the beginning of the stream?
Liverpool.
Who's going to win? You said you're going to win the league if you get a left winger with Eze and you got an out-and-out number striker.
No, not even with Eze. I said if I get a left winger, I win the league. That's what I said. I didn't even bring in Eze.
Yeah.
I didn't even bring in Eze. So the idea that you're going to sit here and say I don't believe I'm going to win the league. No, please don't.
No, but the thing is, is like what like this comment here, with Staffy, big up to him. The problem is with what people think about my opinion, is that they only focus on the players that I don't rate and actually don't understand how many players that I do rate in this team. There's a lot more players that I rate in this team than I don't rate. The only players that I don't actually rate is pretty much Højlund, Garnacho, Bruno, Mount. I'm not going to count Luke Shaw because he's useless. He doesn't really play. Those are the players that I'm not big fans of. When it comes to the others, obviously Onana is not great yet, but there's still enough good players in this team to be playing good football. And also with the additions that we've got, Staffy here said, I saw Staffy's tweets. He said, I'm seeing a lot of attacking variations from Man United. So he obviously thinks that Man United would do well. He was also negative on Ineos. They've made loads of signings. He thinks Sesko is pretty sure he put a tweet out saying that Sesko and Ibra. So he probably thinks that he's a good player. So why are we not putting the standards because you rate these players that Ineos have brought? Why are you saying that he can't get top 4? That's my thing.
Ahmed, look, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I've been streaming, bro, about 2 years, and this is the first time that I've been stunned into silence. I've been watching you closely, especially looking at your eyes to see if you've got a special twitch.
I'm good.
I think there's some budgie banting going on. Let's just be real.
Go on.
I was with you that if you get those players, there would be an improvement, but not the level of improvement that you're chatting about, bro. I think with those players, potentially top 4. But bro, Ahmed, I'm just being real because you're talking about levels to Dayo, and I understand what you're saying. You got to think you're not so different. We had a Man United team that could bring in the likes of Van Persie. You had the Eric Cantonas. You had Van Nistelrooy. You had Beckham, Ronaldo. The players that you have brought in recently don't come near to those players.
Well, that's obviously common knowledge. That's common knowledge.
I can't believe you're talking about. But listen, you're talking about top 4 with the likes of Evans, Maguire, or Nana. We're not even too sure about your Dogu. Yeah, you're talking about Manu. You're talking about who else?
Wait, hold on.
I'm just saying that these are not Man United type players, bro.
Okay, so you're comparing a time.
These are low-level players.
But you're comparing a time.
You've been smoking, bro.
Listen.
Deji, what are you talking about?
No, but you know what?
The quality of the Man United players is rubbish.
Listen.
Ahmed just simply said that with the quality of players coming, he expects top 4. He didn't say we expect. Listen. Hold on. Hold on. Deji, you brought up people.
He's a madman.
Listen, stop. You brought up people like Van Persie and all these guys who are players that will make you win the league. He's not even saying they're going to win the league.
I'm saying,
okay. You know what with Deji? I've actually clocked it with Deji. You know what Deji tries to do? Yeah, I don't know who spiked his drink, but with Deji is that he tries to catch you. The thing is with Deji, he tries to catch you, and he wants to try and act smart with the question. But even if you answer his question, he denies it. Because he's just trying to waffle. That's what I've clocked with you. I just told you the expectation where Man United should be finishing with the quality. And wait, one sec. I'll let you finish. Wait, 1 sec. I'll let you finish. Now you finish, right? I've just told you that the expectation, that we should be getting top 4. You think it's mad because where we finished last season. I don't believe last season, we're going to finish 15th again next season. The additions that we've got, you're talking about Kobe Manu, and then you talk about Van Persie, bro. What's Van Persie got to? Ain't no player is going to be like Van Persie ever.
The levels, bro.
The levels.
Levels of
there's no player. That Fergie era is never happening again.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro.
I think you're just confused, by the way. I think you're just confused.
Bro, I'll be real, bro. Ahmed, legitimately, I think you're off your rocker.
Do you
listen? I just think that.
I think you're legitimately you're a madman. You're moving like Wonderwall, bro. I swear down.
Listen, I don't know that. Listen,
the team is rubbish,
bro. The thing is, you know what's crazy? No, but Hussam, But you know what it is, yeah? He's like, the thing is with me, yeah, is that when I win Europa Leagues, I actually don't give a shit in it when I win Europa Leagues, yeah. I'm going to try and get Premier Leagues. The thing is with you, yeah, you win a Europa League and you're belly dancing. Like, I know you've not won it in a long time. You're belly dancing, right? And then you don't know how to act in it. No, but listen. 1 sec, yeah, I'll let you finish. You're belly dancing, you're getting excited. Congratulations. You still finished below me. By the way, you finished 17th. You still had more losses than me. You're still Tottenham. Your logo looks like a Nando's badge. No one's going to take you serious. We still had a better transfer window than you. And we're going to cook you. We're going to win more trophies than you. You're always going to be little Spurs. Even you've not even beaten Arsenal in a long time. You're going to stay cooked. Your predictions are Bandulu. And your team, you can have Thomas the Frank engine, yeah, but he's not going to win you anything. So all these things you're talking about, Warren Gibbs White signing for you, innit? Warren Gibbs White signing for you.
Can I have a moment to rebut? Can I have a moment to rebut?
Just make sure you check your drink.
Let me be real. The thing that you're holding on to is yesterday.
I'm not holding on to it.
We're not doing archaeology, bro. Ancient Egypt. The truth
I do facts, I don't do archaeology.
Man United in this day and age, no one gives a damn about them. No one gives a
clearly you do. You've got very high opinions, isn't it?
And you will never be back, bro. There's only one team in Manchester and they wear blue. And it's not that blue, bro. So let's just be real. The truth of the matter is, I'm looking at your squad. You're not happy with that squad, bro. You're telling me that you finished above Spurs, but who's in the Champions League? Who won a trophy? Right, hold that, bro. And then when we played you played Spurs 4 times. Could you get a draw?
No, we lost 4 times.
Could you draw? Exactly, bro. So
we lost.
Settle yourself, bro.
Yeah,
and now you're shaking your bum because you bought a player from Brentford. Are we for real?
Listen,
and
like
you
I said,
from Wolves.
My player
Sesko
in Brentford. Listen.
Is this the phone song, bro?
Listen.
That's how you're moving. You're moving like Sesko from the phone song.
Listen, I can sense a bit of rattle. Yeah. Listen. 1 second. Yeah, you're getting a bit heated. Yeah. Like I said, yeah, Brentford scored me 20 goals last season. Yeah, and then we bought him. Your beloved Dominic Solanke got outscored by Danny Welbeck. He scored 9 goals, and you bought him for 65 million. So you can have all the. The thing is, it sounds to me, yeah, that you have all the expectations.
Wasn't a good manager, but we still beat you 4 times. Did it not?
Well, like I said, yeah, I accepted it.
Right. 100%. So let's hold that, bro.
Yeah.
All I'm saying, Ahmed, if you actually listen to me, look, let's forget about the gimmicks. Let's forget about.
I can do the gimmick if you want. I can do both.
Hear me out.
Bro, I've got 2 sides to me.
Hear me out. Can I just read out a list of names?
Listen, read it till tomorrow, innit? I'll be patient. Read it till tomorrow.
Strange. Can you name your back 4?
My back 4 is Dayo, Mazraoui. You've got Lenny Yoro, and you've also got Delit, and you've also got Dogu.
Where would you rate that back 4 in terms of the kind of top 6?
I actually think it's up there. You know, on paper, it's very good. Very good. Mazraoui is a solid fullback. I like Dayo. I think Lenny Yoro is quality, and I think Delit has had a good season. I think on paper, yeah, that is a very solid back 4. I think it's good.
For me, I agree, but I don't think it's better.
Oh, you agree?
Back 4.
Well, obviously, they just won the league, innit?
I don't think it's better than Arsenal's back 4, and I actually don't think that team is better. That back 4 is better than Spurs' back 4. If we're being objective,
okay.
Yeah, right. Your midfield. Can you name them?
We're better than Spurs back 4.
I rate Kobe Mainoo and I rate Casemiro. I'm not a fan of Bruno Fernandes, and I'm not the biggest fan of Ugarte. So that's my stand.
I would say that what you just named is very mid. Is it not?
You can say it's not.
That's what I'm saying. So all I said was, even if you add these 2 players, the Man United team as a whole is very mid. That's what I'm saying, bro.
I mean, you're talking. I mean, never did I say it's elite. Did I say this man?
No, but I don't. But you said top 4. Top 4 for me.
Deji. You have to put into context what Hossam said. Hossam said if they get he mentioned certain players and said, what is your expectation with the addition of these players? He's not talking about the current team
with Baleba.
He says with Baleba.
One player, bro.
Hold on. Listen, Deji, stop this. With Baleba coming into the midfield, they have strikers that they brought in. They brought in Mbeumo, they brought in Cunha, they brought in other players, right? If they get a goalkeeper as well, what is your expectation if we're talking just pure football based on the quality of players that they're bringing in vis-a-vis where you think they will end the season? And he says his expectation is minimum at least get top 4 with the quality of players that you're getting. Because again, let me ask you, Deji, what is your expectation for your team this season? With your new manager?
At the moment, I think. I
Yeah.
think we can get top 8 at the moment. If we bring in 2 players, we can get top.
No,
8,
no,
top
no, not if you bring it. If you as your squad is right now, where does it get you on the table at the end
top
of the
8.
season?
Top 8 for sure.
And Ahmed says top 4 for his with the quality that he sees that they're bringing in. Now, if you guys get 2 players, what 2 Gibbs White that you're supposed to get, you didn't even get in.
Forget Gibbs White.
No, the only player of quality that you guys have been able to attract this season is Kudus.
Yeah.
That's literally it. So,
and who have you brought in? That's of quality.
You've lost Son.
Who have you brought in, Dayo? That's of quality.
Everybody we brought in has quality better than
Kepa.
Don't start with Mosquito. Who have you brought in that's of quality? I would argue, and I'll be real. And then this is me. I have a different way of thinking.
Where does Kudus play for you?
I'm gonna lay it out. Mosquito doesn't start for Arsenal. Zubimendi is not better than what you had in Partey. We're unsure whether Madueke is even going to be better than Martinelli or he's going to start ahead of Martinelli. And there's an argument, because we had it on this show, that maybe Havertz is a better fit in the 9 than your Glock 9.
The narrative is just
how have you
the narrative is just so boring. Mosquito.
It is boring. That's the truth.
Stop lying through your teeth.
Is Zubimendi better than Partey? Is Zubimendi better than Partey?
Be quiet. Let me answer. If you ask the questions, be quiet so you can hear the answers. And please, when you hear the answers, listen to understand and not just to respond. Okay? You simply ask the question. Mosquera. His name is Mosquera, not Mosquito, by the way. When Mosquera was being bought, what did they say they're getting him for? They said Saliba backup, understudy to Saliba, largely announced. Nobody said he was a starter. So for you to start your sentence by saying Mosquera is not going to start, duh, we didn't buy him to start. First of all, so be quiet. Let me finish. 2 seasons ago, Arsenal fans said Saliba got injured. That's why we lost the league. Or was it 3 seasons ago? And now they brought a backup for him, which means we have no excuse. Right? That's what we're saying. We're saying Arsenal has no excuse now. Saliba gets injured. Don't tell me that there's nobody to back him up. Right? In midfield, you tell me Thomas Partey. Yes, I agree. Thomas Partey is quality. But Zubimendi, I think, is also quality. That have certain characteristics and traits that Thomas Partey does not have. His line-breaking passes are better than Thomas Partey. Defensively, maybe he's not better than Thomas Partey. Vis-a-vis par.
How can we get back to an Arsenal track?
But he's in the right place at the right time.
Let's go back to Man United now. Let's go back to Man United.
Come here with all that talk about this thing.
So Deji, let's ask Deji the same question I asked Ahmed. So if they do sign Baleba with their front 3 that I mentioned, Sesko, Cunha, and Mbeumo, where do you think United finish this season?
I was hoping Ahmed would say top 6, and I would have agreed, and we wouldn't have had that half an hour of madness.
So you did all that just for 2 positions?
For top 6.
Where did he go? Where did this fraud go?
Did he legitimately jump on script?
They got him, man. They got him at last. They got him at last, man. They got him. They got him, bro.
Slot out. That's what he said before.
No, but Deji, if we're talking like quality of players, right? And again, there's something that we do a lot as fans, which I never understand. We keep referring back to last season, and then when we now talk about predicting the future, and we want to use last season's facts, everybody starts saying, "But no, they're going to flop." If Mbeumo gives the numbers that he gave to Brentford, to United, if Cunha gives the numbers, that he gave last season to Wolves, to United, if Baleba puts up the performance that he did for Brighton, for United, and if Sesko puts the numbers that he did for Leipzig based on what they did, if it repeats itself, I don't see how they don't get top 4 with the amount of goals that they will get.
Well, I hear your logic. I guess for me, what I was thinking is that the defense and the other midfielders like Casemiro and Mainu are not good enough to make top 4.
Then they will. Again, you have to. Again, the context of it is United play a back 3, right? They play a back 3. So they don't usually play the way you are expecting them to play. So bringing in the Baleba, Casemiro might not even get to play as much this time around. Bringing in other players, they might not play. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, they're going to play a different way. It's the same way if your manager changes how you guys play. Suddenly now, I have to put that context into place. Look at what the players did last season, and then be able to say, okay, I think Tottenham can actually do this. If we're going to just look basically at what players did from the season before. So for us to just say, oh yeah, they can't.
All right, I hear you. I just think that, and Ahmed, apologies for how I spoke to you. I just think that the labour isn't enough in your midfield, because I don't think Casemiro's good enough, Mainu's not good enough, Ugate's not good enough. And so that's the point. So that's why I was saying to you, Dayo, that if those three are not good enough, which Ahmed agrees, how do they get those goals? But anyway, we can go round and round and
No, but
round.
the thing is, Dayo, can I?
Sorry, he said, how did they get the goals? Mbeumo put 20 goals last season. I'm talking about the forward players now. So yeah,
But
you,
they had structure,
listen, you can criticize the midfield as much as you want. I was saying if they bring in Baleba and a couple more players in the midfield with the strikers that they have now, Sesko coming in, Mbeumo and Cunha, right? All you need is two good creative midfielders to feed these guys the ball. Because I see you're calling the players that are not doing very well, but you're not calling their captain's name because you know that when it comes to certain things, like he may not be the best player in the world, but he's a quality player. Set pieces and other things, and being a captain, he's good, right? I'm not trying to defend Man U here. I'm just saying if they do bring in quality players, it's the same way if you guys bring in quality players, it's easy to look at it and say, hey, Tottenham can actually make top 4. You won't even be top 8. You just need 3. You need 3-4 solid players.
But you know what it is though. Just to touch up on it, yeah. Kobbie Mainoo is good enough to be playing for Manchester United. He shouldn't be playing week in, week out all the time, yeah. I don't believe in this current system we'll get the best out of him and how we're playing because it involves a lot of running, tracking back, defending, which is all of his weaknesses, yeah. I've seen enough of Kobbie Mainoo last season. I can't remember, my memory's bad in it, but there was a certain time period when he was a lot more slimmer and he was actually scoring loads of good goals.
Ten Hag.
Ten Hag, there you go. Even though Ten Hag was rubbish, yeah, but Mainoo was getting some really good goals, especially, and he used to play as a striker in the youth academy, so he's got a good strike on him. So I just believe with Kobbie Mainoo, if he was played further up the pitch here and you play to his strengths, he can get you goals. Bruno, I don't like, but he gets you goals. Cunha gets you goals, and Mbeumo gets you goals. I don't think Mbeumo is going to replicate the 20 goals, and Cunha is going to replicate the 16. It's very difficult to do that, innit? I think they'll probably get around 14 goals. 14. That's what I believe in it. So there's still, we've got enough players here in this team to get you goal. Even Casemiro, he's a threat in set pieces. He can chip in with goals too. So like, I think there's goals in the team.
I hear you. And the thing as well with Man United, we have to keep in mind is as well they play one game a week. So we'll see what happens. Let me just grab these supers before we get out of here. Big up to all of you guys. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe, guys. Everything that we just went through for the last half an hour, and we're not even at 500 likes yet. Are you not entertained, you frauds?
Yeah, they're right.
Hit the like button. Let's go. Big up to my guy Todd who says, Sam, did you see who arrived yesterday? Who arrived yesterday, Todd? He's gonna say now Estevao. No one cares. Big up to Dayo, to Abs who says, Dayo, if you lose to United, will you come on and apologize?
Why should I come and apologize for what? What is the apology for that I lost?
You committed a crime.
Like I don't understand. Like what is this?
Nice.
What are we doing here? Okay, you know what will happen, right? Abs 31. If which is not going to happen, I don't even know I'm even entertaining this, but if we do lose to United, Hossam, bring me back on the stream with Ahmed, so I'll apologize.
I mean, to be honest, Deji, not Deji, sorry. He did actually, what's it called? Dayo, he did actually predict that we was gonna beat him in the cup when we beat you. Remember? I think I remember it was on Mo's show that we predicted that you predicted that we was gonna win. So listen.
Yeah, well, like I said, yeah, if which I doubt, which I know we're not going to. I know we're not going to lose. So yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fair.
Yeah.
100% winning the league, yeah? There's no cigarette. That's weed.
That's the weed you're smoking.
What? You're smoking. We all know Arsenal fans come from the planet. Damn, is what Naval Nation is saying. Hey, fairs.
Your English is hard to type, man.
Zir can hold that, by the way. Nunes and Diaz, you know. And they lost to Wirtz with us. Zir can definitely hold that. Ahmed is making a question my sobriety, is what JW is saying. Fair. Now we can't let these guys get Baleba. He need to hijack this deal. Habibi, how much money you want to spend? Hamid, Habibi, it's time to sit on the floor. We get Isak, go sign like a center back or two, and khalas, domination. You get me? So they can have Baleba. Anyway, I think Baleba doesn't suit us, by the way. I think the one that suits us more is Wharton. Big up to Comical Ali, says some Arsenal fans, especially Igal, are like the musicians in the Titanic movie. They still play while the ship is sinking. Arteta clueless from December.
Comical Ali, hold on, Comical Ali. If you're a fan of a club and you can't keep playing the music while the ship is sinking, stop supporting that club. It's people like you that are fake fans. If you can't look at Deji has been a Spurs fan and plays the music even when Spurs have been burnt to ashes and blown in the wind like chicken bone. live. He's still a Spurs fan. Those are the real ones. So thank you for the super chat. Send another one again, please.
Ahmed, will Amru's fate be decided within 15 Premier League games?
I would say the first 10 games, yeah. First 10 games, it will be a huge indicator. Yeah.
Given your start, probably first 5-6 we'd know.
Oh yeah, I forgot about our start. We've got some hard games, in the beginning.
Yeah,
so
like-
you can even say that, to be fair. First 5.
Tendido's saying, I agree with Ahmed, but we need Lissandro fit. Do you agree with this?
Yeah, Lissandro's a good player. He's a good player to have. Yeah. But I don't. Yeah.
First. Big up to Austria United says Deji is like Trump of
Why would you
Epstein.
say
Talk
that?
about
This is
everything and
crazy.
waffle about
That's a
everyone.
crazy
Please
comment,
don't
bro.
talk about Spurs.
That
Deji for
is
no
outrageous.
Spurs. Bro, Deji ain't no Trump, bro. Relax.
Jeez.
That is outrageous.
What
bro.
is like, why is there no more in the middle, Habibi? You get me? Can we just...
What did I say? What did I say? Me and the Ahmed just went toe to toe. That was it.
No.
No, listen.
crazy.
You will never hear me say this again, but I have to defend my brother from another mother, Deji. Yeah, I can't take this from you. Please, Naval Nation, you need to send another super chat saying what you're saying without putting Trump and FT. We're not going to agree to this. Deji,
Yeah.
we don't.
Deji, you're doing a wolfie. You do realize this just because you won one cup doesn't mean Spurs are a big team all of a sudden. It doesn't work like that. And then he
No.
says he's a Chelsea fan. He says, I'll say this, United and Spurs top 10 better.
I have a different perspective about United and Spurs. And I said this to you. I think, Osam, you were on the stream when I said that.
I think
said,
one of them will shock the world,
I
not
think
both.
I think one of these
I don't
two-
know which one yet.
I think one of the two teams, United or Spurs, is going to shock the league this season. I don't know why I feel that way about it. I genuinely, from like when the window opened, I was just like, these are like, and then Chelsea is going to be a problem. Chelsea is going to be a
I agree.
major problem. They are going to be a problem left, right, and center. Like they're literally going to.
With Garnacho or
It's not about with Garnacho. It's like you have to look at Chelsea for what they are. Like literally, right? You genuinely have to.
Thank you so much.
Proper Chelsea.
They will be a major problem. And then Thomas
Alejandro.
Frank is a manager that I
Garnacho.
so, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Amarin is getting some.
Sing it with me, Ahmed. Viva Garnacho.
Viva Garnacho. Running down the wing, making United sing.
All I can think about is the
Making
point that I'm gonna
Chelsea
make about Messi.
sing.
Oh,
Viva Garnacho.
listen, it's about time we get some revenge on these guys, bro. I'm telling you.
You know we're not gonna do revenge, right? We're gonna make money on
Beautiful, man,
Garnacho.
beautiful.
No.
Beautiful. I hate Arsenal. I don't rate Bas Dost, but come on, Deji, he's better than Havertz. How are we calling him Bas Dost, bro? You guys, this is the most toxic community on YouTube. I have figured this out. I'll be honest with you. This is by far, every single one of you is by far the most toxic bunch of people I have met in my life. How can you come out and say all that? Bro, I said Bas Dost. Ahmed United, who's better, Diallo or Kudus?
Diallo, obviously. I'm a Diallo all the way, bro.
I like Diallo, but I think Kudus is edges it.
Shock is a Tottenham play.
I think that's it.
I actually think Kudus edges Saka, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Whoa!
I think 1v1. I think Kudus is better 1v1. I'm not saying that Kudus is an overall better. I feel like Saka has more impact, but in terms of dribbling ability, skills, creativity.
Hold on, say what you said again. You think Saka has more what?
Look, you're gonna give it to Saka because of what
he has
did
what? Because he has what?
and the goals.
He said more impact. He said more impact.
So what are we? So okay, are you talking about just player technical skills and?
I'm talking about technicals. Yeah, I'm talking about the technicals.
So
I'm not talking about overall impact.
I want to understand because I don't want to actually.
But do people think Saka's more skillful than Kudus? Are we being for real?
Deji, let me try and understand really quickly. Sorry, I apologize. I'm trying to understand. So you're just saying skill for skill. You think that Kudus has better dribbling skills than Saka? Dribbling. Yeah. Okay, fair enough. You can say dribbling skills, but as a all-round player, Saka.
I think obviously.
So as an all-round player,
Saka, look, we give Saka his flowers. He's a legend. But let's see what Kudus does this season at Spurs. I think Kudus is underrated. I actually think he's decent, not because he's at Spurs. I think anyone on this panel would have been happy to have Kudus.
I think he's a good player.
Yeah, he's a good player, but he ain't.
Ahmad is different.
There's only one winger in the league better than Saka, and that's called Mohamed Salah. Other than that,
Yeah.
Bro, okay, but who else is better than Saka? Do you guys understand? Saka's consistent, bro. Like,
Palmer.
here we
yeah,
go. You talk with a Chelsea fan 1 week, Cole Palmer's a 10. The week after, he's a winger. Wallahi, on Straight Facts today, I told Mo, Cole Palmer on the right wing, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, no, he's a number 10. Habibi, where do you want me to put him? 10 or right
He's playing
wing?
both, man. He's
But
more
that's not the
positional.
point. That's not, no one
More time
cares
positional.
where he can play. We're saying, what is he? What's his main position? Right wing or 10?
I
I'd
mean,
say
his main
right.
position is right wing. I'll probably say.
Right wing. Okay, he's still below Saka. Big up to
He's ahead of
Fonzie, who
Saka.
says Deji started cooking, then he burned the fuck out of it. Is what Fonzie is saying. Hey, sometimes chefs, you get me overcook a little bit every now and then. Dayo, since Gyokeres is left-footed, could he play left back?
I mean, I'm
How
sure
is
you
he mocked by Galatasaray fans, bro.
no, listen, I'm sure you know the answer to that question.
I
but
love this channel so much. Man
I'm
said
sure you know
Galatasaray.
the answer to that
How are you
question.
getting mocked by a Galatasaray fan, bro? Do you understand?
This has got to be the like this guy sat down, thought this through, and decided.
Do you
I'm
know
gonna
what the unit CHF is?
like really?
CHF is Swiss francs.
Mhm.
Is it not?
I don't know what CHF is. I could check.
Yes, that is
yeah.
Swiss franc.
It is.
So you have a Turkish Swiss fan who supports Galatasaray mocking Arteta. When is it gonna end, Robbie?
Mocking, like you see, where would they be without Arsenal? Like, let me tell you, let me say this to you guys: if Arsenal gets dropped as a club today, just disappeared off the face of the earth, you can't do content that will sell. Even you or Sam, your channel will lose subscribers. You
Don't
know
ever disrespect my legacy because I'm a Liverpool fan. Don't ever disrespect me like that. Talk about I
Because
need
here we are.
Arsenal.
Here we
I'll do
we
the
are.
next 4 streams without talking about Arsenal. How about that? Then we'll
Here we
apologize. No, don't ever disrespect me like that, brother. I can do Liverpool only content.
Here we
Don't
are.
even do it.
Once there's no
Don't ever
Arsenal,
disrespect
when there's no
6-time
Arsenal,
Champions League winning Liverpool football.
Ahmed,
Do you see how in Hong Kong we sold that?
Ahmed,
You know,
Ahmed,
that's why Igal, Igal. Wallahi, Igal, me and you, Igal, one day we're gonna have a big fight. Liverpool don't have the streets like that, bro. Liverpool sold out a practice session in Hong Kong, a whole stadium to just watch Liverpool practice. Nah, I don't want that lesbian Garnacho. So I need to read them in my head before reading out loud. Only
Yeah,
thing is coming
please.
because of South America connections, is what Neil is saying.
That's what I think. He's
All
not
these
coming from South
fans are
American
confident
connections.
that he's there just to be flipped. You get me? So fair
but
enough.
he
if
wants-
Don't worry,
he
man. Gideon's going to be starting ahead of him.
Yeah, but no, but why just have kids when you can have? Why just one when you can have both, bro? Like Garnacho wants to come and just enjoy both, man.
No. I said he's already coming, but he's going to be a bench player for us, so I don't really mind.
Yeah, No, but that's fine. As Rio said, just enjoy them both, man. That's what he said. So that's it, bro.
Enjoy them both.
That's fine. You can enjoy Bruno Fernandes.
Don't talk down on my club, Dayo. UEFA Cup 2000, never forget. Big up my Algerian brothers too. Victor Osman all the way. Hey, history in the making right there. You got cooked. Remember when Galatasaray beat Arsenal in a UEFA Cup final?
I never mentioned your club. Guess who mentioned your club? Hossam. I simply said that you sat down.
But it's
thought
true.
about-
He has Drogba and Galatasaray kit.
No, hear what I'm saying now. That's why I'm addressing him. I'm letting him know. It was Hossam who mentioned your club. I simply said you thought about that and sent us a super chat. Well, hey, that's what we're here for now. Is that not what Arsenal is here for? That's what we're here
If
for.
Barcola and Isak come, it's over for Hamza. No, just if Isak come, it's over for Hamza because I see how he's been moving on Twitter and I messaged him straight today. I told him, I'm not cook your ass, Hamza, so be careful. Big up to you, Will. Big up to LFC. You never recognize us. There'll be no fans left to laugh at. No. It fairs. You're thinking they're the banter club. I respect it. I respect it. Anyway, guys, we're gonna wrap up the stream here. I appreciate and love every single one of you guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you guys so much for watching the content, for always showing us love, always showing us support. I appreciate and love every single one of you guys, man. Thank you guys so much. And you know, Deji Spurs is in the description. The origination is in the description. Banter on the pitch in the description. And Ahmed channel is also in the description. Ballers United TV, if he decides to start uploading content. Anyway, love every single one of you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining us. I'm going to be back tomorrow by myself, inshallah, 3:30 p.m. UK time, just talking about Liverpool Football Club, Dayo, because talking about Arsenal doesn't keep me in business. Sit on the floor. Anyway, peace out, Habibis.
I have to throw a bone
Peace
now.
out.
Everybody coming from me, I have to throw a bone.
Big up, man.
I had to throw a